everyone, we're proud to announce the launch of our ZeroMath Maintenance Calculator. I'd like to thank all those people who gave their inputs, especially the staff at the courts, fellow mediators, legal practitioners, and social science professionals. Without you, this would not have been possible. Now, the elephant in the room when it comes to child maintenance is that many of the 20 million children in our country don't receive maintenance from both parents every month. Is this because fathers don't care enough to support their children? Well, as a mediator who's worked with many families, this is just not the case. What we find in practice is a cycle where the conflict between parents gets so bad that one parent withholds contact with the children and the other parent then responds by withholding maintenance. And of course, this leads to even more conflict between the parents. So the children become trapped in this cycle, even though the fight is actually between the parents. There are two ways of arriving at a maintenance order. Most maintenance orders are the result of a fight, which involves lawyers, and quite often the decisions are made by a court. And here we see up to 85% of parents either missing a payment or paying short in the first year. Now, in mediated maintenance orders, the rate of compliance is much higher because together the parents design a maintenance order that both of them agree is fair. The key ingredient here is the active involvement of both parents in the decision-making process. If parents agree on the expenses and how they are calculated, neither of them feel that they're being cheated, and maintenance tends to get paid on time every month. Now, if you've ever worked with maintenance calculations, you know that maintenance calculations are actually quite complex. If you're doing it right, you typically work with a spreadsheet or worse still, a pen and paper, and it's easy to make mistakes. First off, there is zero math involved in using the calculator, so no more mistakes and no more wasted time. The purpose of the calculator is to produce inputs which the courts can then consider when issuing maintenance orders. The app works on just about anything with a screen: cell phones, tablets, laptops, even TVs that are connected to the internet. It's built to accommodate high and low income households, and it allows each parent to decide which approach is fair for each item on the budget. The app automatically calculates how much of each parent's income goes into the calculation, what the maintenance payment should be, and most importantly, we can see if the budget is going to be sustainable or if it's going to cause the parents to sink into debt. The app is built on the pro rata principle. It's in a format that makes it easy to fill out the maintenance forms used at court. It can even be used by maintenance officers. So it's really designed to make life easier for anybody who works with maintenance calculations. And the best part is that it's 100% free. That's a good question. Why did we spend all this time and money on something just to give it away? Well, the thing is, there's a huge need out there. And unless we do something about the problem, it's not going to go away on its own. We see a clear opportunity in the market for existing practitioners to get quicker resolution on cases involving maintenance. But there's also a substantial opportunity for people to become involved by mediating maintenance disputes, especially people coming from a background or a qualification in law or social sciences. No court system in the world has the capacity to solve every single problem in society. The maintenance courts in particular face immense backlogs through no fault of their own. It's simply a matter of how fast the South African population is growing. So the more mediated maintenance agreements that go to court, the less pressure there is going to be on the maintenance officers who are already overworked. Putting all of that aside, there are tremendous psychosocial gains for kids when parents work together. We know from research that the single biggest predictor for a life of crime is growing up without a father. When parents work together, the relationship between children and both parents are better, and children are given an opportunity to thrive. If we use a negotiated maintenance agreement, it gives us as mediators an entry point for breaking the cycle of conflict between parents. And when both parents agree on every step of the process, maintenance tends to get paid on time every month. By sheer numbers, almost all of the maintenance calculations that are done every year are handled by our public sector. We'd be honored if this tool was used by our public institutions. At the same time, It's important to remember that mediators are there to assist the parties and to prepare the maintenance inputs, but only the court has the final decision-making authority. The private mediation sector is much smaller by comparison. We have fewer than 1,000 family law mediators in South Africa, most of them from law and social sciences, with mediation as an extension added onto their existing practices. We often mediate maintenance only as part of a divorce or a parenting plan. So there's a lot of room for growth here. If every mediator in the country were to stop everything they're busy with and just mediate maintenance cases, it would still take years to make any kind of meaningful difference. If we consider the number of unemployed graduates, I'm wondering if there could be a place in the market for mediators who work only on maintenance. Getting the people would not be a problem, and we already have the tools. I'm leaving this one with a question mark. Let's take a look at the tool and see how it works. So I've logged in with my Google account, and this way I'm the only person who can see the cases I've worked on. In our example, I can see that Sally and Reggie are the parents, and we're calculating maintenance for one child, so let's call him Bobby. Next, I'm going to select how many adults and how many other children live in the household. Here, I've listed each parent's maintenance commitments. Sally pays 1,000 rands a month towards her ex, and Reggie is currently paying 1,500 maintenance for Bobby, and another 500 for arrears maintenance. On this screen, I've noted how many days Bobby spends with each of his parents. And we can see he spends 50 school days a year with his dad, and every second weekend, and half of the school holidays with each parent. Now, before the mediation, I asked each parent for their pay slips. Next, I copied their deductions onto the calculator, and I can see how much of their income is eligible. From here on, we're going to list each parent's expenses. The parents can choose which calculation method makes sense for both of them, and they can choose if they want to weight the expenses by the number of days Bobby spends with each of them. So Sally is living in a 2-bedroom townhouse that's costing 3,500 a month, and if she stayed in a single-bedroom unit in the same complex, it would cost 2,200. And of course, we did a similar calculation for Reggie. Now, if I remember correctly, there was a medical aid deduction on Reggie's salary, and it's pulled through to the correct item on the budget. So now that we've got all of the expenses, we can actually have the system generate a report, and we can see a summary of the calculations. So we'll do a proper explanation on each of these calculations in the training videos. The important one for now is that Sally needs 2,294 rands maintenance each month, and she's only receiving 1,500 at the moment, so there needs to be an increase in the amount of 794 rands. But we're not done just yet. After the increase as it is, Sally can keep some savings in a bank account, but Reggie is falling short by just over 1,000. So we're going to need to go back to negotiate where we can make some budget cuts. If I click here, I can get a copy of the report emailed to me. And if I get stuck, I can click right at the top of the screen to watch a YouTube video that explains how to use the calculator. We're releasing the training videos on the calculator for free on our YouTube channel, so if any part of this has grabbed your attention, subscribe to our mailing list and you'll be the first to get the training. If you're a mediator or you'd like to become a mediator, take a look at the courses on our website. All of them are presented online, so you don't need to wait for training dates. We're already working with organizations who see the value in a tool like this, and we'd love to connect with more people in the private sector, NGOs, and government. If you're one of those people who can make this happen, please contact us. That's it for today, YouTubers. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please share this video or email with at least one person who can make a difference.